Oh.
I call the honourable member Tim McIndoe.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I'm very pleased to speak in this debate. I'm a bit surprised to hear how few members opposite are interested in doing so, but I think it's probably because we've actually got a very good track record to tell in this area. Mr Speaker, I don't think that any member of this House doesn't care about these issues or is lacking in a real passion about youth development matters, but I want to pay a tribute to our current Minister because she rolls up her sleeves and she gets stuck in and she just does the job. And as I listen to what Materia Ture is saying, a lot of the principles that she's talking about are the right ones, and it's about talking about what works, what will make a difference, and we are. And so I'm very pleased to have this opportunity. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to tell Materia Ture exactly what we are doing. Because, Mr Speaker, we've heard some bizarre contributions. I have to say I was very disappointed by John Boscawen's contribution earlier as he talked about, or actually all around the issue, but he didn't actually get stuck into what are we doing. And I have to remind Mr Boscawen, he is a member of the government, he's not a member of the opposition. You'd think he was having a bob each way. Mr Boscawen and Ms Ture are both in need of being reminded that young New Zealanders in particular have been really hard hit by this recession. No question of that. They are the ones who will find it hardest to get jobs. They are the ones who most need the support of the government just to get the training, to get the education, to get that head start, because getting that first step on the ladder is often the hardest thing. That's why we've put in place opportunities like Job Ops, like Community Max, like the LSV scheme. And it was very disappointing that Mr Boscawen didn't talk about any of these things because, in fact, they have made a huge difference. And I'm happy to give him some of the figures. It's a $55.2 million package, which is a really important part of our work to build skills and knowledge and build the stronger economy that we all want. And that stronger economy will come when young people are engaged, are focused, are motivated, and have a sense that they can get ahead in the modern economy and have an opportunity to become self-reliant and to build a better future for themselves. The Skills for Growth package provides a $5,000 subsidy for employers to employ and train young people in high-demand industries. That's what we need. Last Friday I was in my electorate in Hamilton able to acknowledge and present some young people, and not so young I have to say, with certificates. They're as part of an ITO scheme. They've had the courage to go back after, in some cases, years out of education and get some training. In this case, it was double-dip galvanized products, and they've got themselves some qualifications. And what a fantastic thing it was to see these people realizing they could lift their qualifications, become a little bit more adventurous in what they're doing, become infinitely more employable, add value to their company, and also have the opportunity to make some decisions for themselves. These things are good. And about 1,000 young people a year will benefit from the good job and industry-specific qualifications that this government, of which Mr Boscawen is a part, is offering, costing $7.2 million over 4 years. The Job Ops program, I think, is one of the most fantastic things that has been offered by this government. It incorporates a flexible $5,000 subsidy, as I've been said, that can be used for both wages and training, and that flexibility is really important. It costs $13 million, or will do, over the next financial year. From August 2009, I say to Ms Chadwick, through to the month ending 31st of March 2011, over 10,000 young people have been placed into employment through Job Ops. Isn't that worth celebrating? I can see how excited Ms Chadwick is. Over 10,000 young people getting an opportunity through Job Ops. Well done, Minister. Well done, the National Government. What a fantastic record that is. And as I said, the Limited Service Volunteer Scheme, and there's Ms Chadwick shaking her head, this is an opportunity that is providing some of our most challenging young people with a really life-changing experience. And I have to say, I am so passionate about LSV. I want it in every town and city in the country. I certainly want it in my electorate because, let's be honest, the young people who are being catered for by LSV are pretty challenging. They are not exactly the people who are starting ahead of the pack. They need all the help we can give them, and they need some life-changing experiences, and LSV is a fantastic program for doing just that. And I say, Minister, go for it, keep delivering it. We know that it's going to make a long-term impact, and I will back it all the way because I think it's fantastic. Ms Chadwick, the number of young people in work has risen by more than 5,400 over the last year to June. And the number of young people in the not in education, employment or training scheme has fallen steadily from 10.7% to 9.8%. And throughout the whole of this debate, we haven't heard much about stats. It's worth hearing them now.
The question,
Mr. Chairman.
I call the Honourable Minister